Hello, how are you? In this video, we're going to be looking at some favorites and a few fails. This is going to be skincare, makeup, and some hair products, and also one kind of random item, but I think for summer, you are really going to appreciate this one, and it's super cheap. So let's get into it right now. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy that you're here. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Nicole. I'm 52 years old and I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. The first product that I want to talk about that doesn't work for me is this. It's by Urban Decay. It's the Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. I picked this up at Ulta a while back. I was on a trip, I'd forgotten primer, and I thought I'd try something new. The sales associate spoke very highly of this, thought it was great for dry skin, for mature skin, but for me it's just too silicone-y. It just has too much slip to it. It does make your skin feel very, very soft. If you put it on without any makeup on, it does give a bit of a blurring effect, so maybe it's good for that for me, but for my skin in particular, this just did not work for me. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the $1.10 Complexion Enhancing Palette. This was actually in my creator bag when I was at Ipsy Live. I was going to call it Ipsy Generation Beauty at Ipsy Live in New York back at the end of October, back when travel was a thing. I miss travel. I miss events. Oh gosh. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. They still sell this. This is still out and live on their website. I just finally started using this. And for me, it's kind of a semi-fail. I feel like the colors are very nice. You've got, some, matte powders and contour and bronzer and highlights and two really pretty blushes. But for me, I don't feel like it has the greatest lasting powder. They go on really pretty, so don't get me wrong on that, but the lasting power isn't the absolute best. And then also the blushes don't have a lot of pigment. The pink one does build up more. Here, let me go ahead and I'll just swatch this on my arm real quick so you can see it. So it's, gosh, I can't even barely see it. Maybe you can, maybe the lights are helping, but let me swatch again just to make it fair, like we're building it up. Put this back in the same spots. It's just not a lot of pigment. It's very pretty. It's made in Italy. The ingredients look good. So, it's just really, I think for me, the lasting power on this wasn't the greatest. This next product is by Erno Lazlo. And I have been a huge fan of Erno Lazlo for years. I used Erno Lazlo skincare almost exclusively for years and years and years. They have a great skincare system. If you don't know the story of Erno Lazlo, I guess I should do a video about it, but he's a very famous dermatologist who helped a movie star, kind of save her face after an accident. There's a whole story to it. But anyway, the products are really, really good. So I was dying to try the sleeping mask. I've been kind of into those lately. And I don't only just use it at night. I will sometimes put this on in the morning. I work from home, so sometimes I get up, wash my face, throw this on for a while, and then maybe later put my makeup on or whatever. But it's just kind of a very light, gel-like type of a mask. It sinks right in, so I don't look like a weirdo with goo on my face walking around during the day, and it doesn't stick to your pillow at night. And I feel like my skin looks really refreshed and hydrated when I have used this, when I use it night or day. So I wanted to call this one out because I do really enjoy this and recommend it. One other thing, recently I started using House of Lashes lash glue. My duo glue that I've loved forever. I used to use the white, then I switched to the black. My eyelids start to kind of explode from it all of a sudden. I got allergic to something in it. The white one still works for me, but I do like using a black because sometimes the white can kind of look gray if you get any buildup at all on the lashes. So the House of Lashes glue, give it a big thumbs up. Really works well. Isn't too hard to get off. Sticks nicely, can't complain. So do really like this a lot. This Marc Jacobs Beauty at Lashed mascara was sent to me actually in PR from Sephora inside JCPenney. Just so you know, there are Sephoras inside of JCPenney's if you didn't know. It comes in very, very handy sometimes when you're in a smaller town that doesn't have a Sephora but has a JCPenney. Anyway, they sent me this and I was like, okay, never tried this before, and I was very pleasantly surprised. It's got the very bushy brush that I like, and it really does add a lot of volume and length at the same time, which is kind of rare. Sometimes it seems like, some of them give you a lot of volume, some give you a lot of, length, but this does both. And what I would compare it to, my two favorites are the Monsieur Big, and before that my favorite was the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but I found that I liked the Monsieur Big better because it wasn't as clumpy as the Better Than Sex was, and I find that this is even less clumpy than the Monsieur Big. And I wouldn't say the Monsieur Big is clumpy, but it can kind of get that little bit more bushy look, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but I feel like this is just a smidge lighter version of the Monsieur Big. I really, really like it. Lasts all day, doesn't crumble, really have absolutely nothing bad to say about this, and I'm very picky with mascaras. I probably have about 15 mascaras open upstairs in my vanity, and I probably on a regular basis use about 5 of those that I really like, and I have to like think like, oh, I should use that again, I should try that again, because I just don't reach for that many, and this has made it into the reaching for it spot. You guys know that I absolutely love City Lips lip glosses. They plump, they've got great ingredients for your lips that help them over time stay moisturized, hydrated, and look more youthful. And this color is fabulous. This is watermelon, right? Aren't you called watermelon? Yes, watermelon. And it is the most beautiful pink color. I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch this on my hand for you so you can see. It is just gorgeous. I never thought that I would like a gloss as much as the San Diego that they have, and it's just perfect pink for summer. It's so perfect. You guys know I just love pink lipstick. I love pink glosses. And then if you want to use it, you know, just sheer it out more, it kind of becomes just a really light pink. So I've been wearing this a ton. I absolutely love this. Oh, here, you know what? Let me put it on top of what I have on right now. This is by Tatcha, and it is the Japanese Peach Seed Lip Jelly. I picked this up, gosh, not too long ago, and look, I finished it. I ripped through this. You know, I feel like I used it really quickly, but I was using it almost every night before I went to bed. I just loved the feel of it on my lips before I went to sleep. It just felt so, so, so good. It's kind of pricey, especially for how quickly I went through it. I usually don't go through lip balms that fast, but it's got this kind of jelly texture. It's super hydrating. It just feels super, super good. So I absolutely love this. I think I bought this at Sephora. No, I ordered it online when I got the Tatcha Lucky Bag. They do the Lucky Bag once a year. Like you spend $100 and you get $100 worth of Lucky Bag from them. And I think that was part of that purchase that I made to get to the $100. And I love this. I would rebuy this again. Right now I'm using the Laneige lip balm. That one's really nice too, but there's just something kind of special about the way this one feels. So really was pleasantly surprised with this. This next one was also sent to me by Sephora inside JCPenney, and oh my gosh, this has been such a pleasant surprise. It's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA plus BHA Pore Tight Toner, hydrating and pore refining. And what I like about this is it's really, really gentle. You know, sometimes you use the toners that have, you know, the 10 or 11% HAs in them, and, you know, your skin just gets really kind of red. And, you know, at least for me, my skin a lot of times, you know, have a moment, let's just say, after I use those. And it all does good stuff. I mean, I'm not complaining. I do use those all the time. But, you know, if you wanted something like for me to use in the morning, if I wanted something, I could totally use this. In fact, I tried it on my daughter, who's very sensitive skin, and it did not bother her skin at all either. So what I like about it is that the ingredients in here are really, really great, and you feel very hydrated afterwards. It's actually, I think they called it a bouncy texture. Oh, and the smell. The smell is as if a watermelon Jolly Rancher and a real watermelon had a baby. So, you know, it doesn't smell completely like a fresh watermelon, but it doesn't just smell like a Jolly Rancher. But it's a very light scent. But let's see if I can show you by dumping a little bit of this out into my hand. But do you see that kind of, how it kind of came down? Like, watch, here goes the drop. Come on. See how it's kind of stringy like that? So that is because there's cactus water in here. Oh, here, this is a better way to show you. So it's very, you know, so it's not watery. It's almost like a gel water, I guess. And it, you know, doesn't feel goopy. And the minute, you know, you rub it in, like I'm not feeling sticky at all. It just soaks right in, but it gives you such good hydration. So I am absolutely in love with this stuff. So glad to have this. These are the Radiance Plus Golden Glow Boosters by Clarins. Clarins sent me these, and I thought it was such a fantastic concept. So what they are is this is self-tanner, but you don't use it straight. You mix it, you know, into your cream that you're going to put onto your body, or in this case, your face. So the way these work, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid back on because I don't want to put self-tanner on myself right now. It's got like a little squashy thing you can push here, and it dispenses it drop by drop. They say to use 4 to 6 drops. Mix it in with your body cream for your body, and then for the face, I forgot, was it also 4 to 6 drops? Let me see real quickly. 2 to 3 drops. Yeah, I thought it was less for the face. I haven't used the face one as much. I don't usually self-tan my face as much as I do my body. So you just, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In my case, a couple times I went 7, 8. And then I just would squeeze some of my body lotion or scoop some of my body lotion, whatever I'm using, and mix it up and then apply it. And what was really nice about it was, after the first day I was like, that didn't do a heck of a lot. I saw a little bit of a glow, golden glow, but not a lot. But it was day 2 and 3 where you really saw it build. So if you're looking for a super fast self-tanner, like you want to put it on once and be 10 shades darker, this isn't it. But if you're looking for something where you can easily transport it with you and it'll build up over 3 days, after 3 days you look like you've got a great tan. Right now I'm looking like at about 3-day level right now. I did put a little bit of a kind of a shimmery kind of lotion on top of my skin too, but I absolutely love the way this stuff works. And the face one worked a lot too. Again, I don't tan my face as much. I tend to sometimes when I do that, I feel like my age spots that have kind of faded, that I've gotten mainly rid of, seem to kind of show up a little bit more when I do that. But I've used this one about 3 times on my face, and I did love the effect of having more of a bronzy tone to my skin than I usually do, which is just, pale, pale, pale. So really do enjoy this. I had to talk about these Briogio products. I've used Briogio on and off for years and years and years. And these were sent to me, I think also in a Sephora PR package. But I have to say, my daughter absconded with these, and I had to kind of be like, wait, let me use them too. Her hair, she came back from college back in March, and the ends of her hair were so dry, and it was like brushing straw. It was just in super bad condition. She'd been using some shampoos that were apparently not really working well for her hair. She'd been flat ironing without using heat protectant, even though I gave her some. And her hair was just, the ends were terrible. Well, she started using the conditioning mask. And then we'll talk about this one in a second. And it just made such a difference. She was using it about every other day, and her hair just came back. It helped resolve those split ends. It just looked so much better. Here, I have to prove this to you. Whoops. Oh no, I think I just got the lid on me. Oh yeah, okay. But that's not all that's left, because look, completely empty. This stuff is magic. Oh geez, okay, I'm just, making a huge mess of myself here. See, because there's this and then there's the lid. But this is the Briogio Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I've seen this in a lot of subscription boxes over the years. It's usually in a tube then, but it also comes in these big tubs, and I would totally go and purchase this again for her. In fact, I need to, because it worked so well. So love this. If you've got dry hair, it just really gave a boost. And of course I used it too, and it doesn't weigh your hair down too much. I've got a lot of hair, but it's very thin, and so I have to watch like what I put on my hair, like at least close to my roots. And I usually work this through kind of from here down, not into my root area, but just on the ends of my hair. And it worked beautifully for my hair too. She has a little thicker, wavier hair than I do. Now let's talk about this. This is the Scalp Revival Charcoal and Coconut Oil Micro Exfoliating Shampoo. So this has little gritty bits in it that you can rub into your scalp to kind of exfoliate. This is what it looks like. Oh, and smell-wise, this has a bit of a kind of almost a minty smell to it. And here, I'll show you the texture. I'll just go wipe my hands off in a minute. It's just, kind of like a gel. It doesn't feel gooey like shampoo usually does. So you do need to kind of work it in. Add more water if you're having trouble working it in. But it really does make your scalp feel refreshed. I feel like my hair has more body after I use this. So really do enjoy this. All right, so here's what I've been building up to that is going to help your feet this summer. My friend Jen from Jen Loves Reviews gave me this probably 3 years ago. It's called a Skoother, Skoother. It's available on Amazon. It's like $6 or $7, I think. Maybe it's 10, I don't know. It's really inexpensive. And what this is, it's to buff your feet with, okay? So when she first gave it to me, I think she'd been sent it by the company. Again, this was like 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, okay, and I think I used it a couple times. I was like, oh, it works pretty well. And then I kind of misplaced it. Well, I cleaned out an area under my sink, and I found it, and my feet were just, I don't know if it happens to you in summer. I don't mean to be gross, but just my heels start to peel, and it's just not nice. And I was like, well, let me try this. And oh my gosh, it buffed everything so smooth, like silky smooth. I have some of those very expensive German made. They're the kind of like a little, I don't know, paddle looking thing. They look like the files like guys used to file woodwork, but they're made for your feet. And I have like the medium and the fine and the rough or whatever, the coarse. And somehow those got misplaced. You know, Danielle borrowed them, and I don't know if they ended up at her school, which is all now, her whole dorm is in storage. But anyhow, I didn't have those anymore. I was like, oh, I'm gonna use it. And pumice stones for me just seem to make it actually worse. I try to go in direction. I try to use the pumice, you know, little bars or whatever, and those don't ever really seem to help. Those are great for getting like dirt out of your feet, I think, but they don't smooth my feet. This is amazing. I just bought some refills. So the way it works is, so this is the little lid. I totally cleaned this before, by the way. You're not going to see my pieces of my feet falling out. So, and then there's this, which is the sander, and then it catches your foot dust, I guess we'll call it, in here. And then this comes off and you can just, you know, wash it. I just ordered some extra replacements of these, and I think it was 3 for like $4.99 or something like that. They're on Amazon. And I have to say, this is great. Super lightweight, you can take it with you, inexpensive, and it does the job. Have you tried any of these products I talked about? What's your take on them? I'd love to know. And I'd also like to know, do you have any hacks to keeping your feet smooth? Because I think it's hereditary. My mom has terribly dry heels, and I'm sorry already in advance, Danielle, you're probably gonna have them too if you ever watch this video. My daughter doesn't really watch my videos. But anyway, she's not super into beauty or anything. Funny, right? With mom like me with all this, and I'm like chasing her. Put moisturizer on, put moisturizer on. She's like, no. But anyway, she started a little skincare routine, so that's good. I'm hoping she sticks to it because it's really making her skin look great. I'll have to talk about that in a video too if you ever have a teenager. I got like a little 3-step program going for her. Well, 4-step actually. She went to 4 steps now that I'm super excited about. Also, if you haven't yet joined my community, would love if you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Oh, and when you hit the subscribe bell, look at me assuming you are, if you care to, would you also hit the notification bell? Because if you don't do that, you don't get notifications of when my videos come out, and even sometimes when you hit it, you don't get notified, but you have a better chance of being notified if you hit that button. Anyhow, thank you so much for hanging out with me. YouTube is probably popping up a couple videos right now that you might be interested in if you have time to watch more, and it's not goodbye, just so long till next time.